Greetings and hello, Waynesville Yoga family. How are you? Welcome. My name is Renee, and this class is Flow and Align. So today we are continuing on our Yin for the 8 limbs journey, and we are on the first limb, the yamas, which is how we present ourselves out to the world, how we interact with others, how we interact with our environment. And we are on the 5th principle within those yamas, and today is all about letting go. The Sanskrit name is aparigraha, again, meaning just all about letting go and releasing that which does not serve, not grasping, not holding on to things. So what does that mean for our practice today? Well, we are going to explore this alignment between letting go and release in our postures. We're going to embody that and focus on targeted alignment stretching, but as well as just focusing on that inner release and allowing ourselves to let go and just be. So that being said, before we get started, a couple of housekeeping issues. As with all yin practices, actually all practices, I recommend having a set of props available. Today, I have what I always call my big three. If you've seen my videos before, you know I always talk about these at the beginning, but just very quickly, I recommend having handy your yoga bolster, a sturdy cushion, yoga blanket. Any old blanket will substitute, and then yoga blocks. If you have it handy, an eye pillow would be wonderful just to deepen your relaxation at the end. And that being said, I mentioned with the blanket that can be substituted, but truthfully, any of these can be substituted. They can substitute for one another in terms of cushion, height, support, length. Also, you can find just other items around the house that can substitute for them. For instance, with the bolster, just a sturdy cushion, not like a bedroom pillow, but I would recommend like a couch cushion, something sturdy like that. Blocks, anything that's going to support your weight, or you leaning into something without crushing down, that's of equal size, will work. And again, with the blanket, any blanket will do. It doesn't have to be a specific type of yoga blanket. And in fact, you may want to have 2 blankets available, just because if you tend to get cold, if your body cools down very quickly during Shavasana, I highly recommend having a second blanket, so then you can use the first one for your comfort, a neck roll or something, and then utilize the second one to snuggle up in if you need it. And then with the eye pillow, if you don't have a standard eye pillow, no worries, use a face cloth. Just anything that's going to have a little bit of pressure on the eyes and that's going to just rest very comfortably there. Again, it's just really there for your support and to help deepen the relaxation. Lastly, music. For practices like this where we engage in long holds, I highly, highly recommend having some music available. So if you have something that you like to listen along to while you engage in your video practices, such as this one where we don't have music available, I say go for it. I am a huge supporter of music. I love having music in the background, but for these videos, of course, we cannot have that. So please have your playlist going along with this stretch to help you, engage and if it fuels you and helps you engage with the practice deeper, by all means. The only thing I recommend is just having your device or the remote to your sound system just handy so you can adjust the volume as needed, so you can hear me cue and move us in and out of postures, etc. All right, so today we're going to get started as we've been doing with each of these yoga for the 8 limbs, yin for the 8 limbs practices. We're going to get started in a quiet meditation here at the beginning. And we're going to use that meditation in conjunction with our centering. And this, starting with a quiet meditation, starting with that centering really allows and gives us that time to focus in on our bodies, come into this space and really be present and mindful with what we're doing now, which is so important to a fulfilling yoga experience, just that mindful awareness. So taking the time to do this at the beginning of the practice is really critical. Even if it's just a centering, it doesn't have to necessarily be a meditation per se, but we're gonna experiment and dive into meditations along this journey. So once again, here we are. Today, we're gonna start in a nice, comfortable, easy seat position. I am going to sit up on a bolster today for my meditation. You're welcome to utilize whatever prop height is supportive to you, even if that's just your mat. All I recommend is if you find that when you sit in an easy seat, a cross-legged position, and your knees are floating up, you're gonna wanna raise up those hips so you can bring those hips down, or excuse me, those knees down, so you can roll forward on that sacrum and have that nice long line of energy from the base of the spine through the crown of the head. Beautiful. So go ahead and you can rest your hands comfortably on your knees, or if you'd like, you can cup your hands and just place them gently. Just rest your wrists on your inner thighs and just cup your hands between your legs. Whatever hand placement is calling to you today, just go ahead and find that. Just take this moment to settle into your posture, into your prop. Find that space, take your time. And as you settle in, begin to find stillness in the body. I invite you to begin to close your eyes. And if you prefer not to close your eyes, just soften your gaze. And begin to tune in to the rhythm of your natural breath. Just follow that breath. Follow that stream of air and energy and vitality from out in your environment, in through your nostrils, down the throat, into the chest, into the abdomen, and then to the belly. Hold here for a moment. And then exhale it on out, belly, abs, chest, throat, back out the nostrils, and feel that warming sensation. So just go ahead and follow that sequence. Focus in on your breath. Our goal in meditation is not to quiet the mind, because our minds are very active. You're going to have thoughts come and go. But what you want to do is be able to become an observer of those thoughts and just allow them in, let them pass by and move on. Don't attach, don't judge, don't dwell. Just let them go. They're gonna happen. And that's okay. Just know that in your meditation practice, that's going to happen, particularly at the beginning. But as you deepen your practice and you engage further and further with meditation, you're going to find that those experiences, your mind activity, your thoughts are going to become less of a distraction for you. I'm not going to say they're going to go away, but you're going to find yourself more in that observer role. So again, as you center in and you're focusing in on your breath, just bring yourself into this space, within the walls of the room you occupy. Just feel your bones settle on your support. Feel that earth and your support holding you. Just feel the weight of your shoulders just drop. Feel that heaviness of the muscles, the skin, the tissue just settle in. Begin to bring your awareness to the quality of your breath. Where are you now? Are you finding that your breath is short and quick? Are you finding that you're holding that breath way up here in the chest and not really engaging and getting that air deep into the abs and into the belly? Wherever you are, focus in on that breath. Begin to lengthen those inhales and the exhales. Really focus in on where that breath is coming in. So we're going to engage in a little breathing exercise where you're going to take in a nice deep breath. You're going to fill in that chest cavity, and the chest cavity meaning the upper area by your shoulders, and hold. You're going to take another deep breath in. You're going to fill in the abdomen area. And then take another breath in and fill up that belly. And then exhale the breath out from the belly, abs, chest, and out. Again, 3-part breath. Inhale into the chest. Hold. Inhale into the abs. Hold. Inhale into the belly. Hold. And now exhale all the way. One more round here. Inhale into the chest. Hold. Inhale into the abs. Hold. Inhale into the belly. Hold. And release it all out. Now begin to return to the rhythm of your natural breath. Just notice if you feel any change in quality of how you feel, your mindful awareness state. Just take the time here to focus. As you continue to center in, and begin to bring your mindful awareness to setting an intention for your practice today. In conjunction with our theme, I'm going to just read a a brief poem called She Let Go. And in the spirit of letting go of a parigraha, of non-grasping, non-attachment, and just finding that peace and release, I'm going to read this quick poem to you. She let go. Without a thought or a word, she let go. She let go of the fear. She let go of the judgments. She let go of the confluence of opinions swarming around her head. She let go of the committee of indecision within her. She let go of all the right reasons, wholly and completely, without hesitation or worry. She just let go. She didn't ask anyone for their advice. She didn't read a book on how to let go. She didn't research the scriptures. She just let go. She let go of all the memories that held her back. She let go of all the anxiety that kept her from moving forward. She let go of the planning and all of the calculations about how to do it just right. She didn't promise to let go. She didn't journal about it. She didn't write the projected date in her day timer. She made no public announcement and put no ad in the paper. She didn't check the weather report or read her daily horoscope. She just let go. She didn't analyze whether she should let go. She didn't call her friends to discuss the matter. She didn't do a 5-step treatment. She didn't call the Flow+Align. She didn't utter one word. She just let go. There was no one around when it happened. There was no applause or congratulations. No one thanked her or praised her. No one noticed a thing. Like a leaf falling from a tree, she just let go. There was no effort. There was no struggle. It wasn't good and it wasn't bad. It was what it was, and it is just that. And in the space of letting go, she let it all be. A small smile came over her face. A light breeze blew through her. And the sun and the moon shone forevermore. I invite you to sit with that poem by Sapphire Rose, again called She Let Go, just for a moment. Begin to set your intention for your practice today. Something you can return to time and again throughout this practice to help fuel and move you. If your intention is something you want to hold for the remainder of the day, the week, the month, even the year, it's yours and yours alone. And your next inhale, breathe that intention into your body. And then exhale that breath out. One more time, inhale. And then exhale it out. Inhale one more time. And exhale it out. Find and locate that peace in release. Beautiful. And now begin to open your eyes. Take in the colors of the room. And if you're sitting on a support of some kind, go ahead and just slide that out of the way and come to your mat. Beautiful. And then come in to staff pose. So with staff pose, legs are together, feet are flexed, got a nice contraction in the thighs, sitting up nice and tall. Hands are by the side. Just take a moment to breathe here and come into this space. And then go ahead and inhale. Bring that left arm forward, the right arm back, and then just hold here for a moment. Torso alignment, torso is facing forward, but you've got your arms kind of at a diagonal. And just go ahead and take a few wrist circles here. Finding that peace in release, beginning that process of release. And once you circle a few times in one direction, just circle a few times in the other. Beautiful. Now bring those arms back down by your side. Inhale here, exhale. Then inhale, bring that right arm forward, left arm back, and again, just circle those wrists. You're at like kind of a diagonal. Arms are in like a T. Circling those wrists in one direction, and then a few circles in the other. Beautiful job. Bring those hands back by the side. And inhale up, those shoulders up towards the ears, and exhale those shoulder blades down and back. Inhale up, and exhale back. Just finding that release, letting that tension go. Take a few on your own rhythm of your breath. At the bottom of your next exhale, find stillness. Hold. And inhale in the opposite direction. You're inhaling those shoulder blades up and rolling them forward on the exhale. Few times on your own, releasing tension in the neck and the shoulders. We carry so much here. We don't realize it until we begin to let go and release. Find stillness in those shoulders. Take that right arm and bring it out to the side. I'm going to turn to the front so you can see me here. Bring that shoulder out to the right side. Stretch that arm out long, and then dip your ear towards your left shoulder. And just feel that nice long stretch from the neck through that shoulder. And if you find you need it, just find a little bit of movement here. Torso is upright. You're only dipping from the ear. You're not leaning over. We're upright. Beautiful. And then go ahead. When you're ready, just find stillness in that stretch. Breathe it in one last time. And exhale that arm down. And as you inhale, stretch that left arm out to the side. And then as you exhale, dip that right ear to the right shoulder. Find that stretch. Breathe in here a couple of times. And then again, find that organic, natural movement, whatever works for your neck. Just kind of loosen it up. Release that tension, let it go. Finding peace and release. Then inhale, find that stillness, ears dipped back towards the right shoulder. And then exhale, come back to center. And just take a moment, settle into your body. Notice how you feel. Beautiful. Now go ahead and roll forward onto hands and knees. And come into your tabletop. And then find wrists below shoulders, knees below hips. And then dip that belly, lift that chin, and come into your cow. Inhale. And then as you exhale, curl up into your cat and breathe. And now this movement here, we're freeing the spine, releasing any energy blocks. So I invite you just to visualize as you're taking these nice, long, deliberate inhales and exhales in your cat-cow to really feel that release. Find newness in your practice by noticing something different in your postures. You know, yoga is only made of so many postures and they're sequenced. So, you know, there's a lot of different ways you can sequence them. But in our mindful awareness, we need to locate and find our way in these practices to find newness, to find and tap into how these postures are working for us. Beautiful. Few more breaths here. Really release those energy blocks. Free that spine. Two more rounds here. Really purposeful, deliberate. Feel that release. Align, not only in your body, but align to your spirit, to your inner energy and vitality. Beautiful. On your next exhale, go ahead and curl on up and hold here. And then come to a neutral spine and find stillness. Beautiful. Now, go ahead and reset if you need to. And then inhale that right leg out. And then exhale that knee to the nose. Inhale. And then exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, slow, deliberate. Exhale, knee to nose. Really focusing on that release. Freeing up the spine, opening up that center channel. Inhale, extend. Exhale, deep, deep exhale. Squeeze, 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 and come back to neutral spine. Beautiful. Back in your tabletop, go ahead and set up for knee to nose on the other side. Inhale that left leg out. Stretch it long. Really feel that engagement in the spine. Then exhale and crunch it in. Inhale. Now remember, you have a nice tight core engagement because keep in mind, all of these, you're still getting the maximal physical benefit from these postures as you engage in them and remain with your mindful alignment. And speaking of alignment, in this posture, when you're in knee to nose, keep in mind that you're not biasing a hip up one way or the other, particularly that leg that's an extension. The tendency could be to want to dip the body over to one side to really extend. No, you want to keep those hip bones pointed down towards the floor. Keep that upper body steady and extend, engage those abs. And crunch. And just maintaining that nice flat body. It's really just a matter of that crunching motion and that extension. We're not twisting here. All right, last time. Deep, deep, deep exhale. Crunch, crunch, crunch. And then come back to tabletop. Beautiful. Now just take a moment. Sit back on your heels in thunderbolt pose. Bring your hands and clasp the fingers on your lap. Just sit here for a moment. Taking this moment to re-tap into the body. Noticing those subtle changes within after our mindful movement. What are you noticing? What are you feeling? And what is coming up for you? What is rehashing? What's replaying itself in your mind right now? Release and let it go. Beautiful. Now have your supports nearby, a block or a bolster. From your thunderbolt pose, go ahead and roll forward to hands and knees. Tuck those toes. Lift those hips. Come into down dog for just a moment. Breathe a few breaths here. Let that head hang heavy. And now begin to walk your feet towards your hands. I'm going to turn to the front. Walk your feet towards your hands. And then just come into a forward fold. And just hang here. Just release and just look, just feel the dust, the things that you're carrying, just feel it shake out of your body. Grasp those elbows and just hold. Again, this process of release, just let it fall out, let it go, let it go. And as we engage in this posture, we're just holding on to this forward fold. You can release the elbows if you'd like. You can also take your two peace fingers and grip them around your toes. I, of course, have little booties on, so I can't really grip my toes, but you can, and just inhale to that flat back, and then exhale, fold down a little farther, and just hold and breathe here. And the reason why you want your support nearby is because we want it nearby for our next posture that we're going to hold for a little bit, but you're going to want your support. As with yin, many yins, utilize your supports to help you engage in the posture longer. We're going to want that for our next one. Beautiful. A few more breaths here. Continue to hold. And at any time during this forward fold, if you want to inhale again to that flat back and then exhale and re-engage, go ahead. And again, remembering with your forward folds, it's not a curved back. You've got that nice straight back. You're in that fold. You're really feeling that benefit in the hamstrings. If you're hypermobile, again, don't come down 100%. Maybe engage in your forward fold 60, 70%. Beautiful. Now very, very slowly, if you've hooked your fingers, go ahead and release them. And just very slowly bend those knees and roll on up to mountain. And then just take a moment here in your mountain pose, sitting in that quiet, meditative, mindful state for a few moments. What do you feel? What do you notice? You can go ahead, if your hands were in Anjali Mudra, you can go ahead and just bring them down by your sides. And then just bring your feet to a wide stance. Turn those feet out, preparing for Malasana, supported Malasana squat. So you want to inhale up and then exhale. Come on down into your supported Malasana squat. And you can utilize a block or a bolster like I am. And then really engage a nice tall spine. Now you're welcome to engage in Malasana just as a Malasana squat, but because we're going to hold here for a little bit and really focus on releasing energy and tension in our hips, in our hip area, in our pelvis area, opening up that lower channel, I suggest using a support so you can maintain and focus, but it's up to you. And again, just really quiet meditation here for a few moments, a few breaths. We're going to add on here very shortly. But again, feeling that release, allowing release to happen. So we've taken time to focus on opening up the different channels in the body. We opened up the upper channel. We focused on freeing the spine and releasing and opening that center channel. And now we're looking at the lower channel and just allowing air and space. We're releasing what we hold there. Remember, you're using your support so you can engage in the posture longer, but don't, again, stay present, stay mindful, don't lose that engagement. If you need to adjust, to deepen and refine that edge, go ahead. On your next inhale, inhale to a nice tall spine, and then begin to bring that right arm down to the sky. Take that left arm up and look up in a Malasana twist. Couple of breaths here. Really engage that abdomen. Hold and breathe. Release out to the universe what no longer serves. Beautiful. Inhale, come back to center. Reset. And ready yourself for the other side. Inhale, long spine. Then exhale, place that left arm down on the ground. Reach that right arm up to the sky. Look up, little twist. One more deep inhale in. And then exhale, come on back to center. Beautiful. Hold here. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then go ahead and pull back from that posture. Bring those feet back up to center. And then go ahead and slide off of your support. Now, if you want a little bit of a little bit of height, you can sit on a blanket, or you can sit on a block, but come into bound angle pose. Beautiful. So we're maintaining that hip release. You're going to inhale up nice and tall, and then as you exhale, press those elbows down onto those knees and come forward, nice straight back. It's a forward lean with a straight back. You're not hunching or curling. Beautiful. And then you can continue to inhale and press down on your exhales, or you can just come to stillness and hold the posture. Whatever is calling to you in this moment. It's about releasing the hips, letting go, releasing any blocks that we're holding in our body, areas of tension, opening up that lower channel, allowing air and space in. Beautiful. A few more breaths here. Again, remember, you've got a nice tight core. You're not hunched over. This back is nice and straight, and you're leaning over like, in fact, I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. But the back is nice and straight, and when you lean over, you're leaning over with a straight back. If you're hunching, you're down like this. We don't want that. You want to make sure you want to engage the inner thighs. So just maintain that straight back. Beautiful. Breathe here. And now on your next inhale, extend that torso long, and then exhale, and then just circle around and back in one direction as you exhale. Inhale, nice long spine. And then exhale, circle around. Just do that a few times on your own. You can take a few full circles. Again, this is about letting go, releasing what's stuck. Let it out. Beautiful. Go ahead. Inhale, nice long spine, and then exhale back into your traditional bound angle pose, pressing down on those knees one last time. Beautiful. Now come on up. Bring those knees together. And then just lean back with those arms and just take a couple of minutes to just neutralize out those hips. Beautiful. find stillness again. Now come up to a nice tall flat spine. I'm going to turn back towards the front. Bring that right leg in so the knee is parallel to the hip here. Bring that left leg over and come into your Gomukhasana. Beautiful. Now you're welcome here in Gomukhasana to do Gomukhasana arms. I'm going to leave the arm motion up to you. You can do eagle arms if you'd like, if you wanted a little extra upper body stretch. You can do traditional cow face pose arms with the arms hooked behind the back. Or if you prefer, you're welcome to just hold here. But you want to be sure, again, both hips are flat on the ground and you are maintaining that line of energy, base of spine, the crown of head, sitting up nice and tall. More breaths here. Go ahead and release and unravel. Take a minute here just to neutralize those hips. And then set up for Gomukhasana on the opposite side. So bringing that left leg in. Right leg up and over. Nice and tall. Really engage and feel that stretch in the hip. Find a repeat of the arms on the opposite side. Bringing the body into harmony, into balance. Breathe into the posture, hips are flat, nice tall long spine. Breathe in, breathe out, release what is stuck. Beautiful. If you have an arm posture, unravel those arms. Hold for a few more breaths. Go ahead and release on your next exhale. Release those legs, unravel. Go ahead and take a moment, neutralize out those hips. And then go ahead and set those feet flat on the floor. Go ahead and roll on down to your back. Take a moment here, bring those feet as wide as the mat. Just come into constructive rest for a moment. Let those knees fall in. Just take a moment here. Settle into the earth. Find that connection with the earth. And now go ahead, bring those knees up, bring those feet together. Then inhale those knees up to a 90-degree angle. And then as you exhale, exhale those knees over to the right side in a supine twist. Bring those arms out to a T. And if you can, look over the opposite shoulder. Now remember here, the key is for those shoulder blades to be flat on the floor. If your knees are not finding the ground and you're finding that this is, that you find some discomfort in the twist by having the knees suspended, go ahead and place a block underneath. But be sure that you've got those hips stacked, right? So if you need to just cinch those hips over a little bit, you can do that. Find that space, find that twist. The energy is in the twist. You shouldn't be feeling discomfort in shoulders or knees. You should be finding a nice releasing twist motion. Just breathe into that space. Again, releasing what? Trapped energy, trapped thoughts, emotions, whatever we're holding. You're breathing it out and you're letting it go. I know you are. I know you can feel it. On your next inhale, bring those knees up to center. And then on your next exhale, go ahead and tip those knees over to the opposite side. I have to slide over because I've got props over here. Tip those knees over to the opposite side and engage in your twist on the opposite side. Remember, knees are staying at that 90-degree angle. Twisting motion is in the torso. Shoulders are flat on the floor. You're supporting if you're finding discomfort in your knees being suspended. Just hold and breathe. Enjoy the twist. Twists are so detoxifying. They are relaxing. They are just one of the all-around beautiful things you can do for yourself in the course of your practice. And just enjoy it. Just breathe into it. Let the body be heavy. Indulge, treat yourself, pamper yourself here. Go ahead, inhale back up. And just find yourself flat on the mat. Again, bring those knees as wide as the mat and just come back into that constructive rest. Bring one hand to belly, one hand to heart. Just take this moment, integrate in everything from your practice. Go ahead and bring those hands by your side, bring those feet back together. And as you inhale, inhale those legs up to the sky, legs up a wall. Beginning that process of entering into our deep relaxation state. Legs up a wall is a wonderful entry point into that relaxation. then exhale. Release those feet out. Lay all the way back and come into your Shavasana. Your eye pillow's handy. Grab your eye pillow. Just settle in however you need to settle in. That final rest. So important to engage in your Shavasana. At the end of every practice, it's that point of integration. It's that point of final release. Just breathe in, come back to your intention. Exhale. I encourage you to stay here in Shavasana as long as you can, as long as you'd like. I want to thank you for taking time out to practice with me today. And I want you to hopefully take time to thank yourself for coming to the mat and being present. And thank your body for doing all of the wonderful, amazing things that it does. Hopefully this hour brought you a little bit of peace, a little bit of relaxation, and that ability to just let go. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you next time. Namaste.